Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be talking about a major snowstorm for the south. This is going to be a very south snowstorm here, and let's go ahead and pull out my marker here, and we can see snowstorm right here. We can see it, and the low pressure is right here on the GFS model. We can see it coming through here, and yeah, if we look at the model, we can see it go through there. We can see it bring some pretty far south snow here for this area. Earlier it was for this area. Okay, so this area in a whole could be getting a pretty major impact from the storm, and you can see that here. Very heavy snow, up to a foot or even more, and we'll check that out. But we can see this storm just being a beast. This is a little bit far out. If we move this, we can see it right here. It's a little bit far out, but let's right here. Right here's the place where the bullseye is going to be. Right there. Where's the bullseye? And usually GFS is low on the pressure of the low pressure system, but I mean it's high on the pressure of the low pressure system. But we can see a bit of snow for this area and a little bit of snow for this area. We'll have to see in the next models, but we'll be looking at the ECMWF, CMC, and GFS, of course, which is what we're looking at now. And we can see the snowfall totals, and yeah, I'll tell you my prediction. Now let's go ahead and just dive straight into the possible accumulations here. We go precipitation, moisture, and then we go total snowfall. So if we move it out to the end of the storm, we can see here a good bit. On the scale, if we look at the scale here, let's look. So it is in this area. The bullseye will be about 16 inches of snow, which is a good chunk of snow, a pretty big chunk of snow for these areas. And this will be a major snowstorm if it comes into play, at least. But we can see at the end of the model run, we're just going to go ahead and see the snowfall at the end of the model run. Of course, this will change as it loads. There we go. We can see right here, 18 inches. Rockies, up to 2 feet. Just kidding. Yeah, 4 feet almost. But, yeah. So let's go ahead and go back to the precipitation and moisture here, MSLP, and stick around for the end of the video to check out your area, maybe getting some pretty bad snow. I hate when the GFS does this. Yeah, I hate it. When the GFS doesn't show, the snow. Now it does. Right here. So we can see very bad snow, fairly heavy snow. If we look at the scale here of snow, it's reaching the 6-hour rates and the what am I saying? 6-inch and 4-inch rates, right in here. And we can see moderate rain, yellows and dark greens could be sneaking in there. Let's go and get my circle. More addicted to the circle right there. If you guys look at that, right here is where it's mainly going to be on the outer edges. It's going to be some light rain. Ugh, I'm so bad at predicting these circles. Ha! But right there is light rain on the scale. But yeah, that's really it for the GFS. Now let's go ahead and look at the ECMWF. And we can see here, load. And we can see I've already put it to the hour, so this one GFS is, what am I saying today? But the ECMWF here is a little bit later with the snowstorm. As it comes through here, it starts as a little low pressure system, but it is a closed low here. It does seem it is a closed low. And we can see as we move it out, we can see it. It starts to let's see. It starts to get more in shape. So it loses its pressure system. It loses its closed load, but we can see the snow and ice. There's like some crazy colors. Nice painting. A nice painting, you know. But as we as we can see here, some pretty hefty snow already coming in. These snow bands could drop 4 inches an hour or 6 inches an hour for Virginia, Kentucky, a little bit of Kentucky, not really too much of it. The very eastern side of Kentucky and the very southeastern side of West Virginia. Well, maybe whole Virginia, but we'll see. Stick around. And if you made it this far into the video, make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment if you like the video or not, or for a question, maybe. But we can see major snow bands coming in. Like I said, 4 inches an hour possible, maybe even 6. We'll have to see about that though. As we move it out, come on. Ooh, my mic just got blew up right there. There. As we can see, uh, yeah, the snow starts to weaken a little bit here. The snow does start to weaken, and the ECMWF doesn't really go all out on this one. Uh, the ECMWF really doesn't, but these snow bands could still drop a storm total of 8 to 12 inches because of how long it lasts. But it's a little bit further north with the storm, and as it moves out, it really goes into Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont, and most of it starts to go into Canada. And that's really the end of the ECMWF model with it. And then we can see another coming behind that, another piece of moisture coming behind that that could cause some flooding, but this is very far out because if this happens, it's going to be sticking there for a while and it could cause some major flooding, but that is a little bit far out in the model. So let's go ahead and check out the CMC as we go to the CMC. But CMC. So right here, it happens at about the same hour, but a little bit further north on the CMC and a little bit less heavy snow on the CMC. We can see here, nice bit of snow there, a nice bit of snow coming in for. This one is really centered on Kentucky, West Virginia, places like that. You know, New Jersey, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Ohio. Look, I mean, okay, not really Ohio, but Maryland and okay, so here's the main states: Tennessee, West Virginia, Kentucky, Virginia, and Maryland. Those states will be getting the worst on the CMC, but not on the other models. The CMC has a little bit weaker than the GFS. The GFS really hypes this a little bit more than it should, but we're just reviewing it because it's been like this for a couple of days, I do believe. So I think it's worth making a video on it because it could be major. Now, I forgot one thing on the CMWF. Let's see the total accumulated snowfall. Winter weather, total accumulated snowfall, and whew, let's see. 186 is when it's gone. So we can see it doesn't go too all out, but we can still see on the scale right here and right here. We can see about 10 to 12 inches on the scale and a widespread area of 4 to 8 inches. A pretty widespread area of that. So this storm could be named. We'll have to see about that though. Now let's go back to the CMC, and we've already reviewed this. You know, we've already reviewed this, and then a massive snowstorm comes after that, but we're not really gonna trust that, are we? Because it's the only one that says that. But I mean, it's at the end of the model, you know, hour 240. Don't really believe it. But now let's check out the, what is it? Precipitation total accumulated snowfall. We can see, okay, hour. However, not 100, 204. Actually, that's when, I do believe that's when that comes in. No, okay. Okay, so we can see right here, about on the scale, we are sneaking into 10 to 12 inches. So the most likely option with the storm could be 10 to 12 inches in the bullseye in Kentucky, but these bullseyes are in different places, but around the same place right here is about the same place where it is. And we can see, very different, very variable. But yeah, so let's go ahead and just get a dry map, little dry map right here. So let's go ahead and show you my snowfall outlook. I haven't really made one because I don't really have the time. Sorry about that. But so we can see in this area, this is where the bullseye will be most likely. And oh gosh, I'm so bad at this. I'm terrible. So the bullseye will be somewhere in here, and uh, for right now, it'll be somewhere in there. In that area, I'm gonna stick with 10 to 12 or 10 to 14. That'll be the most likely option with the storm as of right now, but I'll be making multiple videos to give updates, but I won't make different videos in between then. But we can see the bullseye could be getting 10 to 12 or 10 to 14 inches. Now, in this area, most of the bullseye could be anywhere in West Virginia or Virginia. I don't really expect it to be in Kentucky, but it could. It could. Now, let's go ahead, clear that. Now, here is the outer area of the bullseye. The outer area of the bullseye, right in smack dab middle of Virginia. We could see, 8 to 10 inches, 8 to 10 or 5 to 6 inches, 5 to 7 in there, 5 to 7 and somewhere in this area. And as we cleared that, the Maryland area and stuff, we could be seeing 3 to 5 inches to 3 to 5 inches about where it is, maybe 3 to 5, but we'll see. Wait, was I just saying 3 to 5? Yes, I was. Okay. And then for this area as a whole, we could be seeing, oh, so bad at these circles. We could see right in that area, we can see anywhere from 1 to 3 inches would be a better option. And maybe in a little bit in Tennessee, we could be seeing 35, but that's not the best option on my decision. And this is combined to everything. This is my personal perspective. Perspective. But yeah, that's really it for the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.